outside, but it's light in here. Chanukah, Chanukah is here. It's dark outside, but it's light in here. Chanukah, Chanukah is here. It's dark outside, but it's light in here. Chanukah, Chanukah is here. Aneda Yisrael, Goy B'Shem. Aneda Yisrael, Goy B'Shem. Aneda Yisrael, Goy B'Shem. Goy Dash, Goy Dashem. Aneda Yisrael, Goy B'Shem. Aneda Yisrael, Goy B'Shem. Aneda Yisrael, Goy B'Shem. Goy Dash, Goy Dashem.
Baruch Hashem, Aiden Cohen's on. We really just have the best cover right now. This is so exciting. Just got back from Yerushalayim to Herzliya. So now we got the ammunition and we got the Halacha in front of us. We got the Lekutei Teffilot in front of us. And wow, just adding more to our nights, to our learning. B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Everything that happens tonight is for Pesach Reuven ben Yosef Asara, Bracha Bas Yehudis, Pesach Reuven ben Yosef Asara, Nahor Bas Oreli, and Mamash, every Neshama and Am Yisrael, this is for them, this is for you, this is for all of us, Mamash, to help heal us, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. So too, Hashem, my God, and God of my fathers, help me labor in your holy Torah, constantly, day and night, in holiness and purity. Let my Torah study arouse the very roots of the souls of Israel, which stem from the thought of God, from the highest part. All the Jewish souls are rooted in the letters of the Holy Torah. Chavra Bezrat Hashem, we should all be aware of the fact that right now, Dafka, the Torah that we're learning is just so high. It's so exalted. It's literally penetrating our souls. We know it. We've been building for this moment. Chanukah gives us that clarity. We're moving on to Halacha. It's almost Shabbos Kodesh, 3 more days, 3.5 days. I know Joshua is counting the seconds. So if you could just write in the chat how many seconds until Shabbos, give Shema, give Vav. So on Erev Shabbos, you should first kindle the Chanukah lights and then the Shabbos candles. But it should be after Plaga Mincha. Before lighting them, you should pray Mincha. You must put in enough oil to keep them burning until 1.5 hours after the stars come out. Otherwise, the brachos you say them are in vain. If you light the menorah near the door, you must be careful, right, for the wind. To place something between it and the door so that the wind will not blow it out when the door is open and closed. Halacha for today, Bezrat Hashem. Moving on to Chanukah. There's a lot going on, a lot to process. So I just give us all the bracha and all the blessing to you and I, that all the Torah that we learned tonight, we shouldn't just learn it like it's information, like it's an academic book. But mamash, we should be able to live it, to allow it to penetrate the deepest depths of our heart. And mamash, every word that we learn from tonight, every word of tefillah, we're able to live. Chanukah has only 2.5 pages in the Gemara. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. 2.5 pages. Why? That's the obvious question. Oh my gosh. Joshua is so good. 244,800 seconds until Shabbos. Woo! What a stat. What a stat. That's probably the best stat of my entire life. Okay, so Chanukah has 2.5 pages in the Gemara. And the obvious question is why? Because it is so deep and it has no words. That's Chanukah in a nutshell. We can't even describe it. The light, when we light, like Joshua and I tonight, when we were lighting outside the psychology building on campus, there were no words to what we were experiencing. There was no words to just see the smiles on everyone's faces, the light that was literally shining through our outside and penetrating deep inside. There's no words for that. Indescribable. And light, frankly, has no words. You can't describe light. And Dafka, the light of Chanukah. So Rav Nachman comes in and he says in Lekutei Maharan that on all the holidays, I experience God, his miracles, his Torah, the laws, and everything. But when do I get a taste of what God is really all about? Right? So on all these holidays, we're experiencing everything that's happening, but are we tasting the cake? Right? We're craving that taste. We're craving the organus like we learned earlier 3 weeks ago. That hidden light, that concealed light that we're experiencing just for a few minutes on Chanukah, we're craving for that. We're craving for that moment. Oh my gosh. Another Rebbe just came on. So what is this taste all about? So on Chanukah, I taste his light. I taste Hashem's light. When I get a glimpse of the light of Chanukah, it gives me a taste of what God is all about. You get that clarity like we were talking about before. Rav Nachman says that when you have a little bit of the taste of light of God, you cannot fight anymore. I can have a taste of all the holidays of the Torah, but I am still fighting all the time. Right? When we experience Sukkot, we're still fighting. I mean, I'm sure you guys aren't fighting, but maybe myself, I'm fighting with my thoughts. I'm fighting with the chavra around me. I don't know. Shavuos, Pesach, but on Chanukah, when we experience that light, when we're able to taste the cake, when we're able to taste the sweetness of the Ribbon Shalom, there's no fighting anymore. We surrender. But why? Because I have no taste of what God is all about on the holidays. And if I have a little bit of a taste of God, when I get a glimpse of this light, I just can't say Lashon Hara anymore. Right? I can't sin anymore. When you taste the full experience of God, the organus, the whole thing, you just want to hug every single person on the street. You realize that the person next to you is actually your brother, that random person on the train that you're riding with. Could be a random person with tattoos, the whole thing. Oh, Mamash, a brother. Mamash, the most exalted person in the world. Because the light of the menorah is the taste of what God is really all about. Now, the Chevron in America have time, right? So this is hopefully we're able to live this Torah and not just learn this Torah. So now they have this extra juice going into the lighting for tonight. The Chevron in Israel, we're living it right now. The lights are still going on, right? So we're good. Now, just one extra thing that I want to do for tonight, one little taste, just to taste the sweetness of the Ribbon Shalom, of the light of Chanukah. Now that we're back in Herzliya, we're in our headquarters, or temporary headquarters, because we all know Yerushalayim is our headquarters. We have a couple more Sfarim to learn from, to look from. So I got this unbelievable sefer from my family. It's the Hasidic Torah Tidbits. I'm sure that Aaron Bluestein and the whole Chevra over there have this sefer in their in their bookshelf. But a tzaddik once told his students the following: if you open up a piece of Rav Kook, if you open up a piece from the Piece Esna Rebbe, and you don't believe that you are the Piece Esna Rebbe, that you are Rav Kook, then don't open the sefer. So now we're going to open the sefer randomly. It's filled with stories. And we're going to learn a story from a tzaddik. And we'll see who we want to be and who we are in just a moment. So I'm going to flip. So I'm on page 54 if you guys want to follow. So Nasev Nishma. Or no, Yehi Ratzon. Right here. How many times do we say, Yehi Ratzon L'Fanecha? May it be your will. Have we ever stopped to think what we are saying? That we are telling Hashem what he should want? The Maggid of Mezrich say the Talmud. Oh, there we go. When Israel does Hashem's will, they are considered Hashem's children. If they do not do Hashem's will, they are considered his servants. We learned this piece, Mamash, yesterday. Mamash yesterday, about the difference between being a servant and a child. This is so good. And then he asks, but doesn't a servant also do his master's will? So the Talmud says a tzaddik can decree something and Hashem will fulfill it. The Maggid Mezrich explained. And conversely, Hashem may decree something and a tzaddik can annul it. A loving father may set aside his own will and do something his child wants. This is not likely to happen with a servant. Thus, when we obey Hashem's wishes, we are his children, and we can actually dictate what Hashem should want. If we behave properly, we have the ability to fashion Hashem's ratzon. Bezrat Hashem, the words of the Maggid of Mezrich, we see Farkane in the bottom right. Mamish doing Hashem's will, putting tefillin on with besimcha. He's mamish a child of Hashem. He feels like a child of Hashem, and that's how we should be serving Hashem every single day. So I know this was long tonight, but I just want to open up for questions, comments, anything. Please feel free. Chaverim, I guess it's indescribable, right? We're tasting the light of Chanukah. There's just no words. So it makes sense that you guys aren't speaking. So I'm just going to end it off with this. Everyone should be healthy, happy, and successful. Mamish, it's great to see Joshua. It's great to see Tamar. Even a little bit is good. Tamar knows that the best, as she just got on, defending Am Yisrael. Everyone should be healthy, happy, and successful. Whether you're in Toronto, whether you're running the whole IDC like Joshua is, whether you're about to wake up at 3:45 tomorrow morning like Noah Finkelstein, whether you're in the room working in Queens, but mamish lit up since Elul, Aiden Cohen, Adam Shinder makes the best sholins in the world, Yosef Arkane puts on tefillin with besimcha every single day, and mamish, the Bluestein apartment, Noam, Donnie, already making a cholin, and it's Tuesday. So they're also making sure they're ready for Shabbos. 244,800 seconds until Shabbos. And Leora Galish, the deepest of the deep. And of course, Kalali is just running Toronto with the winery and everything. Chavra, be well. Have a great night. And Besimcha Tam.